lost connection, but I have 5G. All right, can you guys hear me okay? Let me know. If not, I'm gonna go get my microphone. But let me know if you guys hear me okay before we really, before I start going in, before we start talking. I'm gonna let the peoples join. It's a beautiful day out here in Southern California. Wherever you are, drop it down in the comments. Where are you showing up from? That's the craziest noise I've ever heard. Hello, hello, hello. Today we're gonna just be talking about, and we're not just gonna be talking, we're gonna be doing. Okay, that is the main part of this live. I sat here, I was meditating, and I was just doing a little bit of my movements, a little bit of my, just kind of like warming up my joints, getting fluid, getting movement in there, getting flexible real quick. And I was like, I feel like not a lot of people that are gonna tune into this, because if you find me, then you're meant to be here. A lot of people who are gonna tune into this maybe need that reminder to move their body in a way that they might not have moved it if I didn't remind you guys, okay? And I want us to really understand that throughout the entire day, many of us, due to the society that we have built for ourselves, many of us don't do much but sit, keep their arms like this, keep their arms like this, okay, or just like this. And not many people consciously and intentionally just move and just put themselves in different positions move their limbs in different positions so that they can be worked. Because we all know that if you don't work after a while, it's gonna get hard to get back working. All right, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So if you don't use your mobility and your flexibility, then you are going to lose that mobility and flexibility. And that is why you see, especially in American culture, once they get to a certain age, they really start shriveling up. They start needing the walkers, they start needing the wheelchairs, they start needing a lot of, they become codependent on many things because they don't have their mobility and their flexibility and their hydration and their fluidity. You lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it, okay? Now, if you are on this live, thank you for being on the live. Go ahead and double tap the screen or whatever you do, and that is gonna allow the algorithm to do what the algorithm does. So, we're just gonna be moving intentionally. I want you to move intuitively, meaning you are going to go with what your body wants. If I'm doing something like this, and you can barely put your arms up, do what you can do. Okay, just feel, just move, literally move. Move your arms up, move your legs if you can. Just move intuitively. Where is it stuck? Where is it stiff? Where is it aching? Where is it, okay? Look into that. You have to know that. It's your body, all right? You shouldn't have to go to somebody else to tell you what your body is doing, what your body is like, what your body is feeling, what your body is going through. You should be able to self-diagnose yourself. And that's a whole nother conversation, but this is the first part of self-diagnosis. It's literally just feeling. Oh, this hurts. Oh, this hurts. Oh, this hurts. But many of us aren't aware of our bodies, and we don't realize that we're stiff here and can't really do this until we do it maybe like one time in a year, you're like, whoa, what the fuck? We don't realize that our gut had over acidity the whole time, and we just normalized that feeling of burning, that weird sensation, that, okay, until it hurts so much that we're forced. Until we are forced. You're like, oh, okay, I definitely have to go to the hospital now. I don't know what the heck that is. Even though that's been going on for years. Okay, so we're going to not only move intuitively and move intentionally, but we're gonna self-diagnose where we have aches, where we have pains, where we have limitations. What are our limits? Okay, if somebody cannot do this, what is your limit? Maybe here, stay there. All right, breathe. Try to straighten out your back as much as you can. Okay, try to straighten out your back as much as you can. For me, I'm feeling a little stiff. Furthest I can go down is here without feeling some type of like resistance. So I'm a little stiff. So I was doing this, and now I'm like, I know other people need it. Because sometimes I sit down too damn much. And I understand. We're all the same. I understand this is a society that we built for ourselves. It's both yoga and herbal shit. Because that's all a part of holistic medicine. The earth, your movements, your breaths, what you're drinking, what you're eating, it's all the same shit. Oh yeah. You cannot talk about one without the other, in my opinion. If you want to have a complete, kind of like holistic, whole thing, you know, every part and every aspect of you, yeah. Because the earth is where the medicine is, not the laboratory. That's why everything in the laboratory comes from the earth first. But they tell you skip step one, skip the original and go with what we made. Why? Because we said so. Oh, okay. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm not about that. I've always been, me personally, I've always been a person that's just been fuck the man, fuck authority. As a kid, I was a wild child. You tell me something, I'm literally doing the opposite just because you told me to do it. Now, if you would have asked, I would have thought about it. If you would have asked, I would have thought about it and made a decision. But a lot of people try to just tell you to do something. I never like that shit. Hey, go do that. The fuck? No. You can ask me nicely, and then I'll do it. But we live in a society where the government, the healthcare systems, they don't ask you to, they coerce you into doing it. They funnel you in. Entire society funnels you where it wants to funnel you. Hey, we're not making you go there. We're not making you go there. But this lane is gonna go from here to like, here are your options. Anything else is illegal or ludicrous. Mugworts. Mugworts. Okay, wait till this passes. Mugwort. Mugwort is a beautiful herb that I worked with briefly, and thank you for that reminder, because I actually am going to start working with her more. This is a perfect confirmation. Thank you. But I worked with mugwort earlier this year, and that is a beautiful herb if you are looking to go into the dream realm more and really learn from the dream realm and connect to the dream realm, connect to fallen ancestors in the dream realm, get guidance in the dream realm. You know, so simply chopping it up and placing it, obviously remove any bugs and shit, don't be weird, but place it underneath your pillow when you're sleeping. Simply place it underneath your pillow. You can make a tea with it and drink it about an hour before you go to bed. Okay, and that'll help as well. But that's how I utilized the herb this year. And on, you know, the other side, on like the physical side and stuff, which I didn't talk about it because that's not why I utilized it, but I do know about it. Being an herbalist, it's a very popular herb. One of the best properties about it is just that it's a bitter herb. Okay, it's almost like a bitter, like nervine, I would say. So it's bitter, so it means it preps your digestive system. I feel like almost all bitter herbs, if not all, are anti-parasitic in some form or fashion, antimicrobial in some form or fashion. Then you also have the aspect of prepping your digestive system and preparing, your digestive system for eating and digesting food in case you suffer from bloat, or just indigestion. That's a great herb to use for that. But like I said, I only used it for the spiritual aspect. I never consumed it. I just worked with the spirit of it, which is neither better or worse. It's all just how you utilize it. There's many ways to utilize herbs. Wormwood. It is in the same... Wait, wormwood is a part of it. Wormwood is amazing. I have wormwood in our... Namaste, thank you. I have wormwood in our Bugs Be Gone formula. Bugs Be Gone formula. Any herb you would recommend for dream recall? I'll have vivid dreams, but I can't remember it. Mugwort. That's the one. All you do is chop it, put it underneath your pillow. Ask permission first. State your intention on why you're chopping it up and why you're just chopping the plant up. And then put it underneath your pillow. Go to sleep on it. All you have to do is go to sleep on it. That's it. Cut off any lights and shit at least an hour before. If you want to have a really, really, really deep sleep, get an eye mask, a silk eye mask. One that kind of covers up your third eye a little bit too. If you cover up all three eyes, then that's going to prevent any light from being in. And the darker it is, the more melatonin you produce, the better your dream quality will be. So the more melatonin that you produce, the more potent your dreams are going to be, the more immersed in the dreams you're going to be. And I always like to tell people, and I made a video, oh man, this went viral maybe 3 years ago now. I made a video talking about how herbs actually seek out you. Herbs seek out you. And I made the video talking about, what was the herb at the time? Wild lettuce. And wild lettuce is an herb that is a great sedative. It's a great pain reliever. And I was just talking about how it was during a time where wild lettuce was becoming very trendy on TikTok a couple years ago. You have your herbs that go through these trendy phases, sea moss, shilajit or something like that. Dandelion, and at this point it was wild lettuce. And I talked about how wild lettuce is so present in our societies because we have a lot of pain that we need to relieve. We have a lot of painful just experiences that we need help with as a society. Just move intuitively, guys. Blue lotus flower. Oh yeah, I work with blue lotus flower on a daily, actually. I've worked with her by smoking her, making a tea, of course, bathing in it, and putting it underneath the pillow. So all types of shit. Every sort of way that you can work with her, I worked with her. Oh man. I worked with her before hopping on this live. But yeah, I love blue lotus. It's I'll say similar to mugwort, just in the dream aspect, but that's about it. Very, very powerful herb. especially for just your awareness, just your overall awareness. For me, I always get really, really good downloads. I always get really, really good downloads whenever I work with her in the smoke form, in the tea form. Yeah, it's awesome. What does it mean when someone has twitching lips? That's a nervous system problem. That's an electrolyte problem, which means it's a colon and a kidney problem and adrenal gland problem, to put it quite simply. Whenever you're thinking of twitching, that's just nerves. It's like when the light is flickering. What is wrong? The electricity, right? What system would it be? It'd be the electricity. Well, do we have an electrical system in our body? Let's think. Yeah, we do. We have a nervous system. We have all types. We have 3 different sets of nervous systems. We have the central, the autonomic, and then you have the enteric with the gut. So from what I've seen, most when it comes to twitches, that is the autonomic nervous system, and might as well be the enteric nervous system as well, because they live on the same thing, the intestines. So when you think of central nervous system, that is more so motor functions. That is more so thought processes. That's more so like your autisms and your schizophrenia and your ADD, ADHD, those types of things, right? It's like behavioral. It's all the things we have to consciously do. Oh, look, I can't use my legs anymore, right? So it's all of that. All of this is central nervous system. Okay, but when it comes to just your electrical system being on, that's your autonomic, aka your automatic. Okay, automatically on. Do you have to keep flipping the switch on in order for the light to stay on? No, you turn it on and it automatically stays on, right? Until you manually turn it off. The manual motion of turning on and off, that's central nervous system. That's I intentionally, consciously, I do this, right? And after you turn it on or turn it off, it's gonna stay on or it's gonna stay off depending on that's the autonomic. Okay? We don't have a store. We just have our online shop, and then we're featured in other stores, but we don't know what their open and close time is. That's not our stores. We just have our products in there that you can buy if you want to get it in person. Save money on shipping and stuff. Save money and time on shipping. I've done your gut cleanser for 3 days and I feel great, and my stomach has flattening. No bloating. Shout out to you, Elena. Shout out to you. I just made a video on bloating, and I mentioned my gut cleanser at the end. Like, yo, if you have really bad bloating, just get this. It's the truth. I'm on it right now. I used it last night, so I already did my morning my morning release. You know what I mean? If you've taken it, you know what I'm talking about. Take it at night. In the morning, you have a really big release, and you're like, whoa, I've never seen that much. It didn't even feel like that much. I didn't cramp or anything. Whoa, what the heck? And it comes out very fast. It comes out very, yeah. But that's our gut cleanser. I love it. I love it. I personally use it all the time. I use it at least 1 week each month. Like, there's a time where I kind of just like go 7 days straight, or 3 days, 1 day off, 3 days. I do that every month just to make sure the intestines are clean. How to detox kidneys? Juice fasting. Juice fasting. To be very honest with you, liquids. The kidneys handle the water of the body. The kidneys handle the liquids of the body. So just bring in a lot of clean, hydrating, nutrient-filled juices. That's just gonna be fruit juices, green juices, all the juices that you want. 32 ounce big. You want to drink a liter a day, drink a liter a day. But you'll notice that how much you don't need it whenever you drink juices, how much you don't need to drink something. When you drink water, I feel like you drink water all day. People are constantly drinking water. But the fruit juices, you'll realize how less fruit juice that you need throughout the day, because you're hydrated, because that's the minerals coming in. Psoriasis and arthritis. What to do? Grab our skincare bundle, and it's going to tell you to go on some, it's going to tell you to change your lifestyle. The instructions are going to tell you to change your lifestyle, at least for the next 30 days, to give it the amount of the herbs that you're going to get a certain amount of herbs that's going to last you a month. It's going to give you a guided fast, a guided like diet change for the next month, and you just have to have the discipline. But it's going to tell you to stop eating meat, to stop eating. It's going to give you a short period of time where you can eat grains, and then you're going to phase out grains. You're basically going to get down to just fruits and veggies for a couple weeks, and then fruits only, and then you're going to go on a juice fast, and then it's going to transition you back out into if you want to eat cooked foods. But if you have something that is, you feel a lot better, you feel a lot more energy, you feel a lot more clarity, you feel a lot more mobility, you feel a lot less inflammation, a lot less pain, all these different types of things start happening over that month. Some people's issue is that once they are done with that month, they stop and they just go back to whatever they feel like. If I don't have the herbs, then there's no reason for me to do the diet plan. There's no reason for me to keep going. I tried it. Oh, it didn't fix it all, so I'm just gonna go back to what no, this is a lifestyle change for a lifetime. A lifestyle change for the course of your lifetime. Okay, this is not just a 30-day detox. No, this is literally transitioning you into you taking control over your life. Now, if you want the herbs, you can get them for month 2, you can get them for month 3, and then, oh wow, look at, nothing's wrong. Or month 6, nothing's wrong anymore. Boom, I don't need the herbs ever again. Thank you, I'm just gonna continue on to this lifestyle. Okay, so grab one of our herbal bundles. Grab our skincare bundle. Okay, it's going to help clean out your liver. It's going to help clean out your kidneys. It's going to help reset your microbiome. Okay, so it's going to have our bugs be gone in there. It's going to reset your microbiome, kill off any parasites you may have. If you want to go on a parasite cleanse, that's at least like 2 or 3 months. But yeah. Get our skincare bundle. Everything's on sale on our website too until today, actually, until midnight. We had a week-long promotion going on for summer solstice. It's summertime, cancer season. Your boy's a Cancer. Come on now. So 16% off our entire website. And no code needed. It's just going to automatically take it off. Hair loss. I am into astrology, but not into medical astrology, no. I'm into astrology more so for figuring out my true kind of like design and how to work with it and improve on certain things on the design. So I use it more so for self. I don't use it for the emotional body and the spiritual body. Not really for the physical body. No. I know some people who are into that. What's a bone broth diet? What is that? I've never heard of that before in my life. I don't do animals, so I've never heard of that. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm just saying, I've never heard of that. For sure. Hair loss. And I'll say this because I'm basically the only man in my family. I'm talking like my cousins, my aunts, my uncles and stuff. Besides one that has hair like this. All the other men are balding. I was actually balding when I looked at a picture, bro, and I actually looked at the back of my head, and nobody has ever told me, nor do we really ever see the back of our head, you know what I'm saying? And I used to get fades a lot and stuff. But I saw a picture of the back of my head one time, a really old one, before I started growing hair, and I realized I was balding too. It was crazy. And I'm already having this hair, and I'm just looking back at old pictures. I was like, whoa, what the? But hair loss, we created a bundle specifically for hair loss called the Hair Repair Bundle. It's gonna have our hair repair oil, which is a mix of 9 different herbs and olive oil. The instructions are on there and all that, but it goes even deeper. It goes even deeper into the internal as well. So you can order the hair repair oil if you want, just to try the external, but the whole bundle is for the internal as well. It cleans out your gut, strengthens your nervous system, things like that. Do you have anything? It's hereditary if you go down that same lifestyle that they went down. So I live a very different lifestyle than everybody else. Everybody else is still on the pork and still on the whatever they're eating and stuff like that, which I don't blame them or anything, you know, it is what it is. But for me, I took a different path. So that's why my hair went from balding to now I'm intentionally growing it out and doing all these different things to not only heal my nervous system, my gut out, fix the blood flow, make sure blood flow is going to my head. Okay, and I'm doing different herbal treatments on my hair to make it grow thick, make it grow very voluminous. And as you can see, and I've only started growing it out 3.5 years ago. So it's not like I've had it my entire life. I used to cut my hair my entire life. But that hair repair oil that I made was something that I made while I was just doing it myself, just for myself. You know what I mean? Because I realized that, damn, hair products are expensive. Hair products are crazy expensive. Women, they are charging you up the ass for stuff. Y'all bras and panties be like $80. Y'all hair, the hair care, expensive as shit, especially if you have a lot of hair. Man, skincare be expensive as shit. Makeup be expensive as shit. That's crazy. Oh, man. And I go through it because I got to buy it because I got a daughter and a wife. So, like, what the fuck? So I try to make everything at home. You drink rosemary horsetail every day? No. Or just, it's just in the hair oil. I drink them, but not every day. No, there's no need for me to drink them every day. But I love rosemary. The smell, it's always in my house. I have plants, rosemary plants. I'm obsessed with rosemary. It's one of my favorite plants. Opinion on castor oil for eyesight. I can see how it would clear out your eyes lymphatically. I didn't do it when I cured my eyesight, when I reversed my eyesight. But I see that a lot. I see people recommend that a lot on TikTok. You know, for me, I've always used castor oil for 2 things. For the laxative effect, laxative / like anti-parasitic effect that it has on my toddler. And for the hair, years ago when I first started putting in the hair. But then I liked olive oil a lot more than the castor oil. Castor oil just was too thick for like an everyday, you know, every other day use. It was just too thick for me, you know. How do you reverse eyesight and blurry vision? How did I reverse it? It's cool. I have a whole ebook and I have a whole webinar and stuff that I did, I think, last year sometime, and I've been meaning to release it again. But so thank you guys for kind of confirming that for me. And it's completely for free. It's pretty cool. So the eyesight, it started with going after my liver. It started after going after my liver. Okay, and your liver is really cool. And it's available in our academy. If you ever become a student in our academy, it's available in the academy. The whole shit, I think it's almost like 2-hour video. But for me, it started with the liver. And I realized, and I came to this realization when I found out that in traditional Chinese medicine, the liver is responsible for the eyes. They're connected to the eyes. And when I read that, I instantly knew that was true, because I had always, you are not poor, do not tell yourself you are poor. Don't ever tell yourself you are poor. You are rich. Always tell yourself you are rich. I don't care what your bank account is looking like. Okay? Now, when I learned that, I went all in, because I always knew I had a weak liver. My dad, alcoholic, my dad did heavy drugs and shit, so naturally when he makes his offspring, who is a part of him, I'm gonna get his shit. Okay? So, I was also very angry as a child. I had a very angry upbringing. I would fight all the time, and you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't look at me without me just being angry and trying to fight. So I knew that my liver was messed up, because your liver is the seat of all anger. Your liver is the seat of your anger. It is, when they say your blood is boiling when you're angry, well, your blood actually is boiling, because most of your blood will be inside your liver most of the time throughout the day. So whenever you are angry, it is quite literally boiling that blood and boiling your liver up. Crazy stuff. I've even heard of people, and I'm usually just from Latinos. They have a bunch of weird sayings and stuff. But I remember some people had thrown up who had gotten into an argument, and my sister-in-law said, yeah, they threw up because when you get angry, when you get so angry, you throw up sometimes. And I'm just like, that would make sense, because the liver and so I made all these connections to the liver. Now, if you are talking about the liver, you automatically have to talk about the intestines, the pancreas, the gallbladder, the intestines, and the kidneys / adrenals. You have to connect those, because the liver is just a branch from the tree that is the GI tract. Okay, from hole to hole. It's a straw. It's a tree trunk. Root is at the bottom, right? Mouth is up top, whatever. And then everything you see coming from it are just branches. They grew from it. When you were a little embryo, they grew from it as you started growing. So whenever you talk about the liver, you have to talk about the pancreas and the gallbladder, because they all share the same space. You have to talk about the small intestine, because it has a connection to the small intestine. Okay, and then you have to look at the kidneys, because the kidneys are what filters the blood that's getting sent by the liver. Okay, because the liver has to process the toxins. Whenever it is done processing it, the byproducts get sent to the kidneys. Okay, so if the kidneys you have high blood pressure, you have low urine flow, low filtration, you're always peeing clear, then it's not actually filtering out the toxins that's being sent from the liver. So when I started working on these, and then I started doing eye exercises, and then I started taking off my glasses and never having them on until I absolutely needed it. I didn't even drive during that time. I was on the bus going to my bank job that I had years ago. So I didn't need my glasses most of the day until I was at work, basically. And every chance I could, I would take them off. I would never, ever wear them as much as I could. And that will readjust your eyes to looking at the real world, not behind a glass. And then you can start to challenge yourself and look at different things at different distances, so that you can train your eyes. Because if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. Just like I said earlier in the live, you can train your eyes to see things at different distances. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, if you want herbs to help with that, then you have to go after the liver. So we have our Love of Liver formula. we have our kidney flush formula. If you want to just get a bundle, I would grab our too much pressure bundle. Our too much pressure bundle is going to work on your circulation, help get circulation up to the eyes, your heart, make sure your heart is getting good circulation up to the eyes, your liver, make sure you're actually cleansing your blood, your kidneys, make sure you're actually filtering your blood. And then of course the gut cleanser is included in every single one of our bundles, because I don't care what issue you have to clean out the intestines. I don't care what it is. 110% of any issue you have, you always have to clean out the intestines. So our gut cleanser tea is featured in every single one of our bundles. If you want to purchase, it's just over the link in the bio, lifetheplantway.com, our brand.com, lifetheplantway.com. But the eye exercises are huge. We're gonna be making a dedicated like eye repair tea that you actually wash your eyes out with. Okay, because that's why the castor oil would work, because anywhere you place herbs, they're gonna have their effect. Okay, whether it's on the skin, in the hair, in the eyes, in the body, wherever you put the herbs, if you know how to extract it properly, you are going to be able to utilize the effect that it has. For example, if you are working with antimicrobial herbs, meaning anti-parasitic, antibacterial, antifungal, these types of things, you drink it because you want to get rid of parasites, you want to get rid of excess fungus. Well, if you have excess fungus on your toes, toenail fungus, then you can soak your toes in that tea. It's going to have the same exact effect. So for our Bugs Be Gone formula that we have on our website, we have a review talking about somebody had a nail fungus. Their child had nail fungus. And I made a video about it, about a mother and son who had a nail fungus that they've been battling their whole lives. And they both started taking the formulas and taking the herbs that we had. And they uploaded the after picture and it was perfectly fine. It's because they soaked it, but they also drank it internally. That's how you can hit it from more than one direction. Do you watch Barbara O'Neill? That's the white lady I seen on TikTok. So I don't watch her stuff until it lands on my timeline. But I just discovered her maybe like a couple months ago on my TikTok. Shout out to TikTok, I guess. Shout out to TikTok. I appreciate you guys for being here. My eyesight, it started to go downhill, I would say, and it's crazy because at sixth grade, I'll always remember this. At sixth grade, I had 20/20 vision. Maybe it was like third grade, but I had 20/20 vision, and I would always go around and brag about it. I would always brag about it. I got 20/20. I just thought it was so cool because they told you that was like perfect vision. And so it wasn't until about, I would say, ending of high school, around like my senior year, when my senior year was ending, that's when I realized that like my eyesight was kind of going downhill. I couldn't really see as well in the dark. So I would drive a lot in the dark. And so that's when I really noticed it. When I first got glasses, I didn't have glasses my whole life. And I was really naive. I thought glasses were supposed to fix your eyes or something. And so I was super excited. I was super excited. I was working this bank job. I was working this corporate job. I finally got benefits and all this type of stuff. And so I was like, hey guys, I'm excited to get my glasses. I'm thinking they're really gonna help you. So I go in and I get the glasses, and I would say about 3 months, I took my 3 to 6 months, I took my glasses off to No, it was like 3 months. I took my glasses off to kind of just like rub my eyes or something, you know. I was at the bus stop and I look up and I'm like, what the fuck? I can't really even see. I'm like, yo, my eyesight was way better than this. Why is it getting worse? And I was like, oh. Shortly after that, I had that revelation, like, wait, the prescription for your eyes is no different than the prescription pill for your whatever disease they're talking that you have. And I was like, oh, they don't make it better, they make it worse. Exactly, they make it more dependent on it. And so during that time, there was a man, a friend of ours, me and my wife's, and he had just told her how he was basically bragging how he improved his eyesight by doing like eye exercises and all these different types of things. And for me, I've never been closed-minded to anything. So I'm like, ooh, that kind of sit with my spirit, right? I was like, ooh, I kind of want to try that. Yo, and let me message him real quick. I'm, yo, bro, what did you do? And so he gave me like all the exercises that he did. I'm the one who figured out, kind of like for myself, I figured out like I made the connection between the liver and the organs, right? But to start it all off, it was the eye exercises. Those were huge. He said, make sure you don't wear your glasses as much as you can and do these exercises every single day. Do it in the morning, do it as many times as you can. And so for me, I was on the bus. I can take it off for an hour. I can take it off and I can stare at the back of somebody's head, or I can stare at a pole or something, or wherever my distance, you know, my field of vision was, and I would just focus on it and focus on it and focus on it until it became very clear. Okay, because your eyes will adjust. It'll become more detailed, more defined over time. The more you stare at it, the more you start to notice, right? So you push yourself every single day. You push yourself to look maybe something a little bit further than that. And that's how you train your eyes every single day. I would do it in the morning when I'd wake up, an hour on the bus. I'm doing it during my breaks. I'm doing it when there's not, I'm a teller, so when people aren't in, I'm doing it just looking out in the office or whatever, on the bank. I'm like literally doing it all day long. I'm stopping myself from looking at something 12 inches away from my eyes, or maybe some people closer, you know, and I actually train my eyes. Wearing them again because I'm used to them. Exactly. And let's be real, I look good when I had glasses. Glasses did me well, you know. So there was just even like the style of it, just even like, so it was so easy for me to put on the glasses, and you got different colors and different styles and all this different type of stuff. But you know, if you are on that journey of wanting to reverse them, then you have to put in that discipline. You're not just doing things you want to do, you're doing the things that you have to do because you know this is the way to. You see what I'm saying? No, my ears are not ringing. Looking outside in the distance, distance to the sun and grass made me feel I could see perfectly. Looking outside in the distance to the sun and grass made me feel like I could see perfectly. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. It's beautiful. And the eyes as well. Stop wearing sunglasses, guys. Jeez Louise. Stop wearing sunglasses. All right? Stop wearing sunglasses. Sunglasses are just stopping the light from coming into your eyes. When I'm talking about the light, I mean like medicine. The sun's light is medicine. The sun's light is food. Whenever you're wearing shades, you're in the doctor's office that completely block off the sun. You know, you're in your car all the time with tints. You're wearing sunglasses. Everything is tinted. You're not getting the full spectrum of the sun's rays. You're only getting enough to where you can see, so where it's not completely darkness for you, right? So the ones that it is filtering out are the most beneficial for you. So your eyes are like little filters for your body for sunlight to come in. Okay? Yes, it comes in on your skin as well, but the amount that it comes into here and the full spectrum that comes into here, very healing. Okay, that's why sun gazing is is great. Okay? Sunscreen, spray, and cream are poison too. Spray sunscreen on your plants and see what happens to them. Same thing will happen to you. It's really common sense. If you block a plant from getting sun, what happens to it? Okay? It's the same thing. We're plants. We're moving plants. Okay? We cannot block ourselves from the sun. That's why we have so much sickness. That's why doctors' offices are so dark. They don't heal shit. Every time I look at a hospital or something, all of their windows are tinted. It's gross. Like, yo, where's the sunlight therapy? Where's the forest therapy, the tree therapy? Jeez Louise. That's why when I make a healing center, just watch. Woo-hoo-hoo. About to have food forest all up in that bitch. All right, guys. I gotta go. I appreciate you guys. I've been on live for like an hour plus now. My phone's at like 1%. So I gotta get off of this. You know what I mean? Sun gazing, best when it rises and sets. Yeah, it'd be like within that 20-minute range from after it rises. So within that 20 minutes, and then within that 20 minutes of before it sets. I like the sunset better, personally. It looks prettier. Especially being in Cali. My mom was diabetic type 2 and she started eating plant-based and fruits only. Cut out dairy and meats and we reversed her diabetes. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. Poison our water too, for sure. But I mean, at this point in time, almost all of us poison our water. If you've ever used in Drano, you poison the water supply. If you've ever poured like any toxic ingredient down your sink, down your shower, you're poisoning our water supply. So at this point in time, our water supply is, if you live in a big city, is compromised. Okay? If you live in a big city. If you're out in bumfuck Alabama and you have your own water from the ground, then you're straight. You're good. You know? But yeah, at this point in time, we are poisoning the waters of Mother Earth. And just like we're poisoning our own waters, just like we're poisoning our waters with our lymphatic system, that's the waters of our body. We're poisoning and we're dehydrating the waters in our body, just like we're dehydrating the waters of Mother Earth. Look at the ground of Mother Earth. Yes, flower of life. Dandelion root is a great one. Dandelion root is a great one. What's your idea 5D ascension? I mean, I don't really get into the topic. It's too fluffy and shit for me, like on social medias. But I mean, ascension happens naturally just when you begin to learn things, when you open yourself up to things. The more you experience life, the more you learn about life, the more you ascend naturally. So I don't really get into much the 5D, 4D, low vibe, high vibe. I don't really get into that. You know what I mean? I see it on TikTok and I'm just like, not interested. I don't. Oh man. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm proud of you, Nessa, for basically help healing your mom. Shout out to her. And shout out to all you guys that have been a part of the live. Okay, this is gonna be put up on YouTube in case you missed the first part of live. It's about an hour and some long, so I appreciate you. All right.